this week. I did pick up the new Natasha Denona. I got the new Natasha Denona. It's over there somewhere. I will give you a video on that eyeshadow palette. And I just uploaded a video for you guys talking about my trying to conceive and dealing with perimenopause. I gave y'all the tea. That video is up. And I'm just going to wait for a few more people to get in the room before we bring our guest in. And you guys, I just want to say this. We have such talented women in our community. And we don't really have to even go outside of our community in order to get what we need. We have to learn how to support those that are within us. And these women that are within our community are women that really are experts in the field, that whatever I'm bringing them on here for, that's what they're known for. And they're not just known for these things just because, oh, it's a hobby. They're known for these things because they have the knowledge, they have the book smarts, they have the paperwork, and they have the experience. So make sure we utilize the people in our communities, because we have a lot of people that can really bless your soul. All right. I'm trying to wait for a few of y'all to come in. And I already put thank you, son. I already put Amber's channel information. Oh, I done told you who it is. Lord Jesus. Girl, I done got ahead of myself. But her information is in the description box. It's in the description box. And I'm not sure what's going on with the notifications, because it's taking people a minute. Somebody was telling me they're not seeing the notifications for the live. Because I don't see anybody. I'm on a StreamYard, so you know it's different for me as far as to see like who's in the room, because I can't see who's watching in the background. Thank you, son. Put her information already in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring her in because I don't want to hold her time. And you guys, hey, Cully, come. You guys, we are blessed and fortunate enough to have none other than Amber. I call it Amber P because I can't ever say her last name, Pachalak, but it's Amber P in the room tonight, you guys. If you are not following her, you definitely need to follow her. But first of all, she is a makeup artist. She is a hairstylist. And when I say that whatever I'm throwing out, she got paperwork to back it up. Makeup artist, hairstylist, bodybuilder, nutritionist, and a servant for the Lord. And when I tell you, you guys, we are fortunate to have her in the room tonight because she is not a gatekeeper. If she's able to help you, she will. And she also I'm going to let her tell you where you can follow her at, her different platforms, one more net, let her introduce all that information to you. But she also offers services that will help you get where you're trying to get in fitness and nutrition. All right, y'all. So we're about to bring Amber P to the room. One moment, you guys. All right.
Hi.
Hey, girl. So Amber, can you introduce yourself, where they can find you, and also let us know what you offer as far as your business?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Y'all, I love Lori with all my heart. I typically say with all my glutes because my glutes are bigger than my heart. But Lori is just such a special soul to me. You are that big sister that I've always wanted because I'm an only child. I don't have any siblings, so I just love and have so much appreciation for you. You can find me on Instagram. It's my name, Amber Pachalak. Same thing for my YouTube, Amber Pachalak. I am right now, you guys, in the process of just rebranding and restructuring my life. So something that I have really been sitting with recently here is in the Gospels where they talk about the parable of the talents, right? Mm-hmm. And something that I have been experiencing and been wrestling with God with is to whom much is given, much is to be required, right? And so I, at one point, was going through this place where I felt kind of cursed because God gave me multiple abilities. And I don't mean that as a flex. Like, trust me, more ain't always better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just got me to the place when I think about, the talent of the parables of where I'm like, am I being a good steward over what the Lord has given me? Like, he's given me abilities to do multiple things. And so am I giving him a return on his investment, right? Because these are his things. I'm a servant. So I said all that to say, yes, I do all of those things. However, I'm in the process of streamlining things right now. However, if you want to be just coached by me, you need some fitness, health, nutrition information, you need help with those things, you can just shoot me an email. It's amberpcoaching@gmail.com, and we can have a chit chat. We can set up a consultation, and we can talk about, what it is that you need help with. And then be on the lookout, because at the beginning of the year, I am going to be launching something very special. I'm big on community, so I'm going to do like a group coaching situation, so that way everybody can work together, because it's just something about when you're in the trenches with someone else. And I think sometimes people feel that, oh, well, this person is ahead of me, or this person looks like that. What I always say to clients is a bicep curl for me is the same bicep curl for you. It does not matter that I'm a professional bodybuilder, and it doesn't matter that you're on a muscle gaining journey or a health journey. The only difference is the weight might be a little bit different. But there's people tend to think that because, oh, well, you do this, so I don't need to do that. No, you need to do the exact same thing, because it's old school, what's tried and true. So I think that's probably the one thing that people kind of get a little worried about or scared, which I understand. But it's just like, no, girl, a bicep curl is a bicep curl. A lunge is a lunge. It don't matter.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Fontelaboo. You guys, I left a post for you guys to ask the questions. I have some of my own questions as well. And hey, and so if you have any questions regarding fitness, this is the time to put them in the chat. But I do have my first question for you, Amber, is how important is working out, especially when you're over 35, 40 years old?
Let me tell you something, okay? As someone who has been training around injuries just from doing hair, just going like this over and over, my chiropractor told me, had I not been lifting weights, I would have been in way more trouble than I was in. So my body was already strong. And so a lot of people tend to focus on the vanity aspect of it, right? Everyone wants the tiny, tiny waist, the big old juicy booty. Yeah, cool, whatever. Um, you need to move your body, like your bones. Oh my goodness. Even for me, like how I train at 36 is not how I used to train at 26. I gotta be gentle, just simply because the recovery as we progress in life, things are different. And then also it's like you want to make sure your body is strong, because God forbid, like let's say you take a fall, right? This is something I tell my mom. You take a fall, well, guess what? If your body isn't strong, if you haven't been exercising, 9 times out of 10, that fall is going to be way worse than what it could have been. So it is just remove the vanity metrics out of it. Like what I tell people is your body is a temple. We are created in God's image. Therefore, again, are you being a good steward over the temple? Do you think God wants
Yes.
you to be gluttonous? Do you think he just wants you to sit around and not take care of your body? I do not believe in that whatsoever.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Hold on. That's right. On time for me. My family just told me to hit that gym. Yeah, we definitely have to do that. And I think too, Amber, women think lifting weights equals bulky muscle. And can you tell us, like, if I want to start lifting weights, what can I do? I heard, and I don't know if it's true, lesser weights, more reps for leaner muscle, or so that's not true.
Let me tell
So,
you something. So here's what I always say to that for the people who are like, I don't want to get bulky. If it were truly that easy to put on muscle, we'd all be jacked.
mm,
You don't accidentally put on a ton of muscle mass. And then, not to be rude, I'm a straight shooter. What I
Yeah.
tell people is, you ain't even putting in the intentional and proper work to even put on the muscle in the first place.
Okay.
You're not eating enough protein. You definitely aren't lifting heavy enough. You're not pushing yourself hard enough. Like, in order to truly build muscle mass, it is intentional. You're not just going to do a couple of Zumba classes and do some lateral raises with 5-pound dumbbells and think you're going to get jacked. No, like, even with me, like, I have an athletic background. So I was a competitive cheerleader for 5 years. I coached gymnastics for 7 years. So that's lifting up human beings before I even got into bodybuilding. And now being a professional bodybuilder, 6 years, like, that's how long it took me to look the way that I look now. This
Okay.
wasn't something that happened overnight. And I didn't get intentional with really trying to put the muscle on until 6 years ago. So
Okay.
trust me when I tell you, you are not going to accidentally get bulky because, like I said, I know you're not eating enough, because women, especially Black women,
Mm-hmm.
undernourished and overworked.
Mm.
Always.
Mm. Undernourished and overworked. I hear you on that.
Always. And
I
then
hear you on that.
also, like, some people say, oh, do lesser weight, more volume. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, there is a time and place for it. However, what you need to do to truly build muscle is, you have to rip the muscle apart, right? So if you're just doing little 5-pound dumbbells, you're not ripping the muscle apart, okay? So you have to lift heavy. It needs to be a little uncomfortable. It's going to burn a little bit. That's okay. But then also, you need to fuel your body. You need protein, and you need to rest and recover. That's how you build that muscle. So if you're not lifting heavy enough, if you are not eating enough, and if you are not sleeping, because I know a lot of us women, we just running off of 5 to 4 hours of sleep because we're trying to do everything and be everything for everybody. I know. And that messes with your health in such a big way. It jacks up your hormones, because
Mhm.
as we progress in life, hormones are a thing as well. So it's not a game. It's not a game at all.
Okay. So what she's saying is, ladies, don't be afraid to lift weights because you're not gonna be bulking, because what we
Exactly.
tend to do in the gym is not gonna bulk us up. So
Well,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
and that's the other thing too. Is just kind of like, a lot of people, like, I always say, go to the gym, because doing something is better than nothing. But 9 times out of 10, the people who are also worried about getting bulky, I'm like, sis, you don't even have a structured plan.
Right, right. So just get in there and get to working out. What else I wrote down? So okay, I'm gonna go off of Angela, because Angela says so true. It starts in the kitchen. I
Hmm.
know for certain that the abs start in the kitchen. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think people think, can you talk about trying to out crunch a bad diet when it comes to trying to get a flat ab?
Yeah, so we all have abs.
Hmm.
Some are just more visible than others.
Hmm.
So you can crunch yourself all you want. If you are not in a caloric deficit, you're not going to lose weight. And I'm not speaking for anyone who has like a hormonal imbalance or a health challenge. I'm talking about all of your health markers are normal. There's nothing going on. So think about it this way. Think about, I don't have one in here. Think about a paper towel or toilet tissue, right? So you have the
Hmm.
tissue on the outside. That's our body fat, okay? And that brown part on the inside, that's your ab. You have to keep going and going, rolling that tissue off in order to get to the center for the abs to reveal. Now, yes, do your crunches for your core control, because your stability, your back, absolutely, it's going to strengthen you. You need that strength. But what you have to understand is, just because you're doing abs, it doesn't mean, just because you're working out your core doing crunches, doesn't mean abs are going to show, because you can crunch all you want. But if your goal is to see abs, if your goal is to drop body fat, you got to be in a caloric deficit. You are not in a, we went through this whole phase where a lot of people were triggered by counting calories. I am so sorry. I cannot be held responsible for someone's psyche or what they have going on. Like I feel like the world is just so sensitive. It's like, how you gonna be mad at someone on the other side of the screen who don't know you? They don't know what's going on. They're just simply sharing the information.
Right,
Okay.
right,
And so
right.
if you're trying to be serious, it's kind of like a budget, financial. Like if you don't know what your income is, you don't know what your numbers are, you can't budget. It's the same thing. So
Mm.
you need to count your calories so that way you can see if you're in a caloric deficit or not. Most people aren't even eating enough. And so what happens is they think, oh, well, I'm not eating, but I'm still putting on body fat. Well, it's like, yeah, your body is starving. You're not giving it anything. So your metabolism is just all jacked up.
Mm. Mm. Good, good. Let me see. Hold on. I got another. Let's see. Ever since I've been, it's been long since I've been to the gym. What basics should I start with? Okay, that's a good. So Coley said it's been a long time since she's been in the gym. So basically, where should she start?
Yes, that's a fantastic question. Keep it simple. Like me, I don't like minutia. I don't like minutia whatsoever. For people who are just starting, this is what I tell you. All right. I feel like at the beginning of the year, where most people go wrong, they are like, okay, new year, new me, which I'm not mad about. Go off, sis. I'm gonna go to the gym 5 times a week. Well, pause. If you didn't go to the gym 3 times a week last year, why now all of a sudden, because the calendar page turned, you're gonna go 5? Let's set
Mm-hmm.
yourself up for success. All right. So what I tell people is I want you to start off with 2 days a week. Because guess what? There's 7 days in one week. If you can't get to the gym twice in a week, like, come on. You can go to the gym twice. And so what you do is that first day, it's an upper body day. That second day is a lower body day. What I also tell people, especially if you're like a little bit fearful or you're not sure, start off with machines. The reason why I say start off with machines is because you don't have to worry about form. You get in and ride.
Oh,
Get
okay.
in and ride. So have your one upper body day, have your one lower body day. And let's say for that first month, you're killing the game. You've gone twice a week, whole month. Now you've got momentum, right? Because the thing is, a lot of the times what people don't realize is we be lying to ourselves so much. Okay, we lie to ourselves. We will
Mm-hmm.
sit there and make commitments and do for everybody else, but then when it comes time to do something for you, like yourself, your brain knows you're probably not going to do said thing. So that's why I'm such a huge believer in setting yourself up for a win. Because when you can set yourself up for a win, you'll get momentum. So once you have that month where you've gone twice a week for a whole month, then the following month you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna go 3 times.
That makes, and you're biting off the elephant one bite at a time instead of just
That's
trying to gobble them up all at once.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And splitting it up, like I said, like y'all aren't bodybuilders, so you don't have to be so detailed like me, but just know, okay, when I go into the gym today, I'm hitting my upper body. When I go into the gym today, I'm hitting my lower body. Some people like to do the whole body. There's nothing wrong with it. I personally don't like doing it like that because I don't like my whole body to be sore at the same time.
Right,
I'm gonna keep it a
right,
buck.
right, right. Okay, can we talk about the importance of recovery?
Oh, glory
I'm
to God.
gonna change my lighting one moment. Give me one moment.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, girl, put that sports bra on. Get that treadmill. Get that cardio.
Yeah, that's awesome too. And that's a good way. Oh, that looks so much better. That's a good way. I should have changed that one, but anyway, that's a good way of getting that workout in. If you jump on that treadmill, put on your YouTube or listen to a podcast. So that's
Yes.
an awesome way of getting it in. But okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But what recovery?
Mm, okay. So
Or
this
can
is
you explain what that is? Because some people may not really understand what that means.
absolutely. So when it comes to recovery, there's a couple of components you need to keep in mind. Okay. So, like I stated earlier about how whenever you go to the gym and you're lifting weights, you are essentially tearing up the muscle. Now you need to feed it. The two most important meals when you're training are going to be that pre-workout meal. So you need to have a little something in the tank. My dog just came in. Sorry. You got to have a little something in the tank to get you through the
Mhm.
workout. Y'all stop being afraid of carbs. Carbs don't make you fat.
we're gonna talk about that too. We'll talk about that. I
Oh,
want
like y'all,
we definitely want to talk about that. Mhm.
I get shredded for bodybuilding competitions off of rice. Please. Like, so carbs are your brain power, your fuel source. So even if you're someone you're like, oh, I kind of feel a little upset if I eat before the gym, that's fine. Do something light. Do like a rice cake with peanut butter and bananas, or just something so that way you have some fuel in you that can sustain you through the gym, because that's part of your recovery as well. Like, I know me, like if I don't have enough food in me when I'm training, girl, I'll start to fade out. My blood sugar will drop. That's no way to train. And then after you've gone to the gym, I always say, like, within that hour window, you need to eat. This meal is crucial, because if you don't feed yourself, if you don't fuel your muscles, they're not going to grow. You're not going to recover. And the other part of your recovery, you got to go to sleep. If you don't sleep, nothing will happen. If you don't sleep, you won't lose weight. If you don't sleep, you won't be able to sufficiently put on muscle. And that's why a lot of women are in this whole like back and forth cycle while they can't lose weight, is because they're not sleeping. The body can't recover.
Which one of the babies?
It's Rocket.
Rocket. Okay.
He's Velcro.
Oh. Oh, I see him in the background. Okay. Angela said, "Sis arms." When I tell you guys, when I say I bring you guys people that are expert in what they do, she is an expert in bodybuilding. She's a professional bodybuilder. So that's why I tell you, we have to utilize our community, because we have people that have so much knowledge right in our community. Yes. I was trying to wait for Tanya to get in the room before I asked her question, but okay, this is my next question. You go to the gym and people feel like they have to be at the gym 2 and 3 hours.
No,
what's the realistic amount of time you have to be inside the gym?
Okay. Here's the problem. Put your phone away. Put your phone away. Okay. It is a distraction. If you are truly focused, because again, like there is a difference between like bodybuilding training and general public training, right? Absolutely. However, even for me, like as a professional, if I'm training, I'm not trying to be in there no longer than an hour.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing. People are like, oh, you must be in the gym all day long. Lies you tell. If it's lower body day, I'm in there for an hour. If it's upper body, I can bust that thing out in 30 to 40 minutes if no one's bothering me and I'm not messing around on my phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, because I would think you would be in the gym a long time.
No, I don't have time for that. I got things to do. I'm grown.
Okay.
I'm going to be in there all day.
So you already have your plan, you already have your workout plan. And that's something else too. I think we need to know what you're going to do before you get to the gym. Yes. Instead of just kind of like, I know me, when I would go to the gym, I just like, okay, well, I'll go get on this and then, no, but not have a plan for the gym.
Have a plan is so key, just simply because if you just go in there blind, like even me, I already know before I even get to the gym, I already know what I'm doing. You should never walk into the gym and not know what you're doing, because that's just going to eat away at your time. And again, like I said, I get it if you're new and you're just trying to figure it out. That's okay. Everybody got a phone. Everybody's got TikTok. Everyone, like, there's no excuses not to know what to do. So like I said, go in knowing, okay, you're either going to be doing upper body or you're going to be doing lower body. One of the two. If you go in already knowing that alone, that is going to cut down on the nonsense time already.
Okay. Fontella wants to know, can you suggest anything for better sleep?
Yeah, for better sleep. So you can do, there's magnesium that you can do. You can do ashwagandha. That's good. Some people like to do like CBD. Again, everyone's not into that, but it can help. Those things. I also have like a calm magnesium drink. I'll do that sometimes. when it comes to sleep, I always like to kind of like backtrack a little bit too and take inventory on how many stimulants have you had? Because if you're a stimulant junkie, if you're drinking a lot of coffee, that's gonna, yeah, that will mess with you too. And then I always like to start off with a schedule, right? So I like to wake up at the same time and go to bed at the same time. Now, this is something that I've had to force myself into because I'm a night owl. I like to stay up late, okay?
Yeah.
I do. That's when I'm the most creative. However, I understand that with my bodybuilding goals, when you have physique goals, you got to make sure you're getting that solid sleep. So, if you are someone who's struggling with sleep, I would definitely take inventory of your stimulants. And I would look into some of those like calm magnesium supplements. And then also, like, what's your schedule looking like? Are you kind of like all over the place as far as your wake up? How are you staying up late? It's going to be a matter of getting that wake up time in order. Because I know for me, like, if I've been staying up a little bit too late, I need to get myself back on track. I'll say, okay, tomorrow morning I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I know that day might be a struggle day, but guess what? My cheeks gonna be in bed at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. That's a good. That makes sense. That makes sense to get the schedule. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hold on, we got another question. And thank you guys for coming to the live. Okay, Amber, P, Lori, and Chat. Have you guys ever done or tried water aerobics? When I used to do it, I felt it in my whole body and the weight did come off. I don't think I've ever done water aerobics. I think I kind of played in the water and pretended like I was doing something at the pool, but I've
Mhm.
never done like a workout.
I have not, but swimming, water aerobics is one of the best workouts that you can do because you're gonna hit everything. There is no
Mhm.
way that you can swim and not hit everything. It is exhausting.
Yeah, swimming. Yeah.
It is exhausting. So yes, and that's the thing I tell people, especially when you're first starting off and depending upon what your goals are. For some people, I understand they just need to move their bodies. Okay, cool. Go do the Zumba class because you're moving your body. But it gets dicey when you have a very detailed goal, especially when it's, I want to lose a significant amount of weight. I want to put on muscle mass. Okay, well, Zumba's not going to put muscle mass on you. Zumba's going to be your
Mhm.
cardio. It can help you with losing weight, but I always encourage anyone who does have a fat loss goal to lift weights at the same time, because in order to put on good muscle mass, you need to make sure you have a sufficient amount of calories in you. Like, you do need to have a specific level of body fat on you. So if you already have enough body fat on you, guess what? You're stronger than you realize. Bang those weights out, because I see it all the time. Women will go and cardio themselves to death, and then they walk around looking like this,
Mhm.
with a big old head and looking like a sad string bean. It's like, no, 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 no. It's like, for me, it's like, I am not a curvy, voluptuous girl. Someone might look at me and think that I'm curvy. I just put muscle on a skinny body. That's how I have my
Mhm.
curve. So when people are like, oh, well, I just want to tone, if you don't have any muscle, there's nothing to tone.
Okay. Okay. Now this is my next question. So, do we do cardio before or after lifting weights?
So, if you are someone who is getting into endurance, so maybe if you're doing marathons or if you're doing like some kind of Ironman or something, then yeah, you can do your cardio before. If you are somebody that is wanting to put on muscle, you want to do cardio after you weight train, just simply because you want to make sure you can give it your all with your
Okay.
muscle, with your weight training. Because here's the thing, if you're really hitting it hard, guess what? Your heart rate's going to be pumping.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you, because I work out at home.
Yeah.
And so I use there's this lady, Fabulous over 50 or whatever. And so she does weight training at home with the weights, and you're supposed to go up. When I tell y'all, I'm sweating and my heart is like, and I'm like, and it's not a bunch of moving around, but just the lift and like, just lifting over your head and lifting down, pulling the weights up and going up and just Yeah, she
Mhm.
ain't no lie. I tell you, the sweat be sweating and the heartbeat be beating
Yes. Yeah. If you,
with just the cardio. I mean, just
yeah.
the weight training.
Yeah, you should be like, especially when you're first starting off and you doing them daggone dumbbell shoulder presses. What, like,
Mm.
your heart should be bumping. And so now what you've done is not only are you strength training, but now you have the cardio aspect in it. So like, I don't know why. Maybe I should release those videos. I have some at-home training videos that I had for my clients, and I think now this might be the call to release those. But I have some videos. You know what? I'm gonna refilm them and I'm gonna release those out.
I think you should get a membership
Yeah. Okay.
and
Okay.
release them on the membership.
Okay. Talk to me, sis. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will do
yes.
that for sure. I will
Because
do
and,
that.
and the reason why for those that's watching, I'm not trying to gatekeep or nothing like that, but we will go and pay Sally Sue May and Jane, who we don't know nothing about, and give her $50 for her to come on there and tell you some generic stuff that you could have Googled on the internet versus someone that's in our community who is freely the information that we're getting right now. Do you know how much money she can make off of this? She's freely giving her the information. So yes, get your membership and release those type of videos because it's a beautiful thing to give, but you also should be compensated. So yes, absolutely.
Yep. And so like how I have those videos set up, because here's the thing, like I'm really good at separating the bodybuilder me apart from the general public, right? Because I
Mhm.
love my athletes and I love my women who just want to be healthier and fit. And so how I would structure those at-home workouts is because I understand some people, it might not be, you know what, I can't afford it, or the timing, whatever the case may be, you just need something quick. So the weight training circuits that I have, that it's literally it's circuit. So you're lifting for 30 seconds, you're taking a break for 45. So it's hit. So you get that cardio
Mhm.
aspect with it, but you also get the weight training. So that way you're like, well, shoot, I did my cardio and my weightlifting. I'm good for the day. Let me bounce.
Okay. Please do that. Hey, Noelle. Please do that. And once it's done, you guys, we have to definitely join that membership so you can get that. And I'm a at-home type of girl. Like
Yeah.
I like to work out at the house. You know, I do my walking. I run now, so I'll go outside to do that.
Come
But the
on.
lifting, I'm doing that in the house. So to have access to that, that would be amazing. Okay, Amber, protein drinks, and tell us about who you work with as well.
Do I really need a smoothie matcha to keep? Man, I don't drink no daggone matcha. First of all, matcha tastes like the earth. If someone is like, oh yeah, it tastes good, I'm like, it tastes like grass. You like it? It tastes
I, you haven't had well, okay. I drink the matcha lemonade at Starbucks. So you go get a
okay.
matcha lemonade with a dash of strawberry puree in it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Fire.
All right. I hear you. I tried one a few months ago and I was like, yak, gross. This tastes like the earth. This is
Yeah,
not good. But
yeah.
do I really need a smoothie matcha to keep me healthy? No, you do not need that to keep you healthy. But here's what I say. Okay, when it comes to protein shakes, I feel like, I don't know, maybe like in the 90s where everyone was on like the slim fast and the meal replacement. Protein shakes and smoothies are not meal replacements. They are just extra additional supplements to help you hit your protein threshold. You should never depend on your shake to be your meal, because what happens with a lot of women is like, oh well, I had a meal, I just had my protein shake. I'm like, no ma'am, that's not enough, because most of the protein shakes that I know the general public are drinking, they only got like 10 to 15 grams of protein. I'm like, ma'am, that's not even scratching the surface. So I say, I'm fine with protein shakes, I'm fine with the smoothies and the matchas, that's no problem, but you do not have to have them.
Okay.
Absolutely not, because your whole foods are always going to be queen. Always. What I tell clients who are just starting off, whenever I get a new nutrition client, I say, listen, the goal, if you can get 4 meals a day, like y'all hear me, this is important, okay? Because I'm about to give y'all game on how to structure your meals, all right? So 4 meals a day, all right? breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner. Okay. So for the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you need to make sure you have a protein source. You need to make sure you have a carb source. You need to make sure you have a fat source. Now, this is us really breaking things down and going into like the macros, right? So for your macros or your protein, your carbs, and your fat. And as you start to dial it in and learn more about your nutrition, you'll learn different protein sources, right? So like, let's say if I'm eating something like salmon. Salmon is protein, but it's also high in good fatty and good fat source as well. Or let's say if I'm eating something like a steak, steak's nice and lean. Or if you're eating, something like, I don't know, cod, or if you're eating, what does my mom eat? I'm sorry, you guys, I have prep brain. I'm dieting hard. I have a competition coming up. Whiting. My mom likes whiting, something like that. It's leaner, so it doesn't have as much fat. Those are the types of things that you need to pay attention to. Good carb sources, all right? Hear me clear. You can have jasmine rice. You can have quinoa. You can have oatmeal. You can have rice cakes. You can have sweet potatoes. You can have red potatoes, Yukon potatoes. All those things that they told y'all in the 90s that you can't have, you can have them. The issue is calories in, calories out. If you are eating whole foods, but you are eating in a caloric surplus, guess what? You're not going to lose weight.
Right.
But also keep in mind, because some people are like, oh, well, I'm eating within, my calories, and they might start smuggling some things in there, like, I don't know, like pizza. And what I'll say is, okay, do you want a pizza body? Or would you prefer to have a jasmine rice body? Because it's going to look different. So, yeah, you might be in a caloric deficit, but the nutritional value of it, it's not going to give you the same feel. It's not going to digest well. And it's going to give you a different look. And that's the other thing. While I'm on this tangent, I want to talk about digestion really quickly. Because a lot of women are just simply not in tune with how certain foods make them feel. They just think that it's normal. Being bloated, being constipated is not your portion. That's not normal.
Okay. So I think that would be the importance of like a food diary to see what causes what to happen to your body.
And that's why, again, that's the beauty of tracking your food. Because if you're tracking your food and let's say you eat something different the next day and you're having a reaction, well, guess what? You can go back and look and see, well, hold on, I added this thing in and things got a little bit dicey. I might not be able to digest that because it is such a life skill. I tell people all the time, if you can't figure out nothing when it comes to nutrition, block all the noise, figure out what you can digest. I don't care if something's good for you. If you can't digest it, you just simply can't digest it. Don't eat it because it's not worth the bloat. It's not worth the constipation. It's not worth the irritability in your stomach. So pay attention to how something makes you feel when you eat it.
That's good. That's good. The next question, and I'm not going to keep you much longer, but the next question is realistic expectations of working out. So, and I know I'm guilty of this, and I have definitely been guilty of this. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to and work out, and in 3 months, I want to lose this much weight and see this much definition. So what is like a really realistic view on going to, okay, you're doing the food, you're doing the water, you're doing the sleep, and you're doing the exercise. What would be a realistic time frame for you to really see some significant changes in all of that?
I always say this. How long did it take you to arrive to the current physique that you're at?
Ooh. Okay.
That's not a read, but we forget that, right? And I'm saying that because I have to say that a lot to women after they've had their baby, right? Because everybody wants to snap back like, oh, well, my body. I'm like, it took you 9 months to bake the baby, right? So why do you think in 9 minutes all the body fat's just going to come off? Don't work that way. The issue is we are looking at Instagram baddies who got BBLs and all the things under the sun. So it has given us a warped view of what's realistic.
Right.
We cannot Amazon Prime our bodies. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you are doing it the right way, it's going to take longer because anything worth having, it's just simply going to take longer. So you have to, first of all, like I said, start off with those small goals, but you got to think big picture. So it's like, yeah, I might not be able to see any definition right now, but how do I feel?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting a little bit stronger. Hold on. The scale might not be moving, but my pants, they're a little bit bigger. I'm
Mm.
sleeping better through the night. I have an appetite. Those things are signs that it's working. However, people just pay attention to the vanity metrics of, oh well, the scale didn't move. Okay, well let me break your brain with the scale, especially for us as women. We got hormones, okay? So how late did you eat that last meal last night? Because if you ate late and you didn't get enough sleep, guess what? Your food hasn't digested, so the scale's going to be up. Did you have more sodium? Okay, well, if you had more sodium, guess what? Water retention, the scale's going to be up. Are you on your period? Is it time for your period? Guess what? The scale's going to be up. The big one for us, are you stressed? Stress management.
Mm.
If you are stressed, you're not going to lose weight. You're just not. So, all of those things are going to stall you. But what I always like to say is we have to find other benchmarkers because I can't sit here and say, okay, well, if you've been doing everything, guess what? In 3 months, you're going to see results. I can't promise you that because like physiques are different. But what I can promise you is you're going to notice that your clothes are a little bit bigger. You're going to notice that you're stronger. You're going to notice that you feel better. Those are also signs that what you are doing is working.
Yes, yes, I agree. Because I used to be one of those people that stayed on the scale multiple times a day. I was a scale hussy for real. But I've learned now, like, okay, and I can kind of tell. For example, I've been working out with like 274 days or something like that. But
Yes.
since May, my workout has changed, and I've noticed by me just doing like this little 1 mile walk, thing. It's not enough for me. It's just not enough working out, and I can tell. And then what happened with I've lost someone, and
Yeah.
my eating has been all over the place. And I didn't need the scale to tell me that I was gaining weight. I was like, oh, I can see it in my face.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was just not feeling like I had more sluggishness. I felt
Inflammation.
like, yeah, I was able to just, my body was telling me, girl, go get on the
Mhm.
scale because you need to see that number,
Let me tell you something. I always know when my husband eating stuff he don't have no business eating because his face gonna tell me every single time. I'm like, well, why your cheeks puffy?
Mm.
What you have? And the other thing too that people don't realize, so when you first start off in a fitness journey, because everyone, like you said, they become a scale hussy, right? They're like, oh, well, the scale's not moving, the scale's going up. So what happens a lot of the time is before you see the scale go down, it's a body recomp. So the weight on the scale might not move, but you'll start to notice, wait a second, my waist looks a little bit smaller. Or hold on, like I notice I have a little bit more dimension here or definition here. Oh, hold on, my face looks a little bit slimmer. The body goes through like a recomposition most of the time first before you start tapping into weight loss. And here's the thing also what people have to understand, like whenever carbs are not bad for you, because I know when people were on this whole keto kick, remember when they like, oh my gosh, I have the keto flu, or like, oh, I lost 10 pounds doing keto. That's not body fat, it's water. Carbs
Mm.
push water to the muscles. So when you pull the carbs out, it's just water that you're losing. You haven't tapped into body fat yet. So that's why when you eat a Skittle, it all comes back.
Mm. Mm. That makes sense. So glad you mentioned meal times. It's a fact you shouldn't eat after 6 or 7. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. You don't want to lay down on a full stomach.
So here's the thing, carbs don't know what time it is.
Woo.
They don't know what time it is. The issue
Mhm.
with eating late is if you eat late, it doesn't even matter. It's not even a matter of the time. If you eat and lay down, you're not going to feel good because it hasn't digested. So
Mhm.
you can eat your meal at 12 o'clock midnight. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be the fact of you're not going to feel very good when you lay down. And that's a huge myth too. People think, oh, if I eat past this time, I'm going to gain weight. No, you're not. Or the intermittent fasting. That's a big one. People think that intermittent fasting is a magic weight loss. It's not. Intermittent fasting is all psychology, which I'm not mad at it. So basically, all it is like, mentally, I am only eating between this window. That works for some people, but guess what? If you are eating within that window and you eat over the amount of calories, guess what happens? Now you're no longer in a caloric deficit. So I have nothing against intermittent fasting, but what I am against is when people think that it's some magic weight loss tool. It's not. It's just all psychology.
I've been doing intermittent fasting since January, and I tell people, like, I've only lost like 30 pounds since October. Like,
That's amazing.
But what I'm saying is, like, some people like, oh, I lost 15 pounds in a month. But intermittent fasting and my working out, it's a slow. I tell people, don't think you're going to intermittent fast and work out and you're going to lose all this weight. No, I was averaging about a pound a week. And because, like you said, for me, it's weight loss for dummies. For me, it's like, it just makes it so simple. Okay, we're fasting, we're eating. We're fasting.
Yeah.
It just makes it simple for me. But like you said, you can't just start eating and just eat everything out the refrigerator and think you're gonna lose the weight because you're still, like you said, not in a you know what I'm trying to say, deficit. So it is very important I feel like intermittent fasting teaches you discipline.
100%.
Discipline. It allows your body to do what it needs to do, give your body and your organs a break. You know, we're supposed to fast. Breakfast is break fast. So
yes,
you're supposed to do that, but you can't think I can just do intermittent fasting and I don't got to do nothing else. And I eat whatever I want through my eating window, because that's not how it works. Okay, let me catch up on some comments right quick. Yeah. Oh, Tanya's here. Hey, Tanya, I'm up to ask her your question. I'm going to ask her your question. Tanya left you a question. Hey, Locke. I'm going through.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, hey, Locke. Locke said intermittent fasting helps my body, rest my body and mental discipline. Yeah, that's what it really does for me. It really helps me to discipline myself. And it makes me... It's so weird because when I do intermittent fasting, when it's time to break the fast, last time I only be hungry. It's weird. And I tell people this, like, I feel like we are in such a gluttonous society.
Talk about it.
And we just eat so much. I mean, we don't work like our ancestors work. We don't work like our grandmamas don't work. So why do we eat like we do?
I literally said that to my mom, just helping her break some habits. She was making greens. I was like, you don't need to put fat back in there. I was like, we ain't working out in the heat in the cotton fields. Our ancestors was burning through that. They had to eat that. That was going to sustain them. Right. Us, we not nearly working as hard as our ancestors. We don't need that. And then something else I wanted to mention really quick before I forgot, when it came to how long should it take, what people need to wrap their head around is slow weight loss is sustainable. Yeah. Fast weight loss is not.
Yeah. I totally agree. Let me read Locke's, not Locke's, but Tanya had left you a question. And you guys, when I leave the post for our guests, that's where you can leave the questions so I can already have them. And I want to tell Amber again, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. So,
rocket.
So Tanya said, currently overweight, get shorter breath easily, knees not what they used to be. What type of exercise would be good for me?
So I would say start off with the elliptical because it's low impact on your knees.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're struggling with knee stuff, I always say the elliptical. And then, like I said, like one of my friends I was helping, she had that's what kicked off her weight loss journey. Her knees, and it was just due to the weight. Like it was too much for her body. And so she couldn't really do the treadmill that well. So you can try the bike or try the elliptical because those are low impact. And then once you start losing the weight, you're going to notice your joints feel better. Make sure you're taking vitamin D, vitamin D3, especially us Black women. Like I was deficient in it and I thought I was dying inside. It was like, oh no, you just need vitamin D3, but we need that for just like life feeling good, but also your joints. And try that out. And I guarantee you're going to start to get a little bit of relief because that's not fun when your joints are all hurting.
Yeah, yeah. So what about collagen?
I was going to say collagen too. Collagen's great for your joints, your hair, your nails, all of the things. When you turn 30, you actually stop producing collagen. So you want to make sure you're getting your good collagen in as well.
Yes, Locke says she also does intermittent fasting for spiritual benefits when I'm praying. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me see if there was any other question I had wrote down here. Oh, what's the best workout for the glutes, girl? We gotta know what we can do for the glutes.
All right. All right. So for the glutes, y'all. Now we're about to, and this is the beauty of working with somebody who is a bodybuilder. And this isn't at all a slight at personal trainers or any other fitness people. The thing about working with bodybuilders is we are literally sculpting our bodies to look a specific way. So whenever I'm working with someone, the first thing I do is I do an analysis. I look at their structure and I look to see, okay, how wide is their clavicle? Like what's their waistline look? And so then that way, what I'm able to do is I'm able to create a plan based upon your body structure, right? So when it comes to glutes, there's 3 parts of it, all right? So you have the upper part, the upper and outer. That's how you get that nice shelf, all right? You got the max, the bubbly part. And then at the bottom, it's kind of like that teardrop area. You want to make sure you're hitting all 3 of those areas. The reason why you want to hit all 3 is because it's going to give you nice round 3D glutes. This is how I train for bodybuilding because that is a huge part that's judged. So for the upper and outer glute, I like to do the hip abduction. So it's like the one where you sit and your legs go in and out like that. That's good for the upper and outer glute. You can do glute kickbacks. So sometimes they have like, watch out, Rocket. They might have the machine where you actually kick back like that.
Oh yeah.
Or you can put the cables on your ankles and you can kick back like this. So when you kick back, you're gonna hit right here.
Okay.
And then you can do any kind of squat. Any kind of squat. I prefer to do sumo squats. And when I squat, I tend to turn, if you have knee problems, turn your toes out. So that way you're taking some of the impact off. And then you can also squat down and get deeper. You'll feel it really good. And then you can do good old hip thrusts. Hip thrusts are going to be really good. So I always like to say some sort of kickback abduction, some form of squat, and then some form of hip thrusting where you're doing some sort of hip hinging movement like this. So that might be your RDLs. When you're doing your hip thrusting, you're going this way. The hip hinge is going to be key for building the glutes.
Oh, awesome. Locke said, those are your favorite ones? Okay.
Yeah, and keep it simple. Keep it simple. Like I think that's the other thing too. I feel like either people don't know what to do or they're doing too much. For your lower body day, 4 to 5 movements max. If you're really hitting it hard, you can do 4. I've been doing 4.
So wait. Mm-hmm. So you're saying all I need to do is hit 4 machines?
If you are hitting it with intention. There's different cues. I got an idea. We're going to do a video where I train you. I think that's going to be great for you're going to I'm going to train you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all want to get
I'm going to train you. So there are different cues. So a lot of times people will just like get in the machine. Like let's say if they're doing like lateral raises and they're just going. Okay, well if you're just going like this, it's probably not heavy enough, right? So we have something called tempo. So this is when I would implement like the lower weights. So if my weights are low, I'm gonna go slow because when you slow it down,
You feel it.
you feel it more, right? So now we have tempo, but we also have more time under tension. So now this shoulder head here, it's got more tension on it because we've slowed it down and it's going to burn more. So there are cues that you can use. You don't got to do every machine in there. If you know what exercises you want to hit, if you can progressive overload, meaning you can get stronger, keep going up in the weight, and you've got good engagement, you don't need to be doing everything in the gym.
Oh wow, that's awesome to know, you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna take this the last question so I can let her go. We've been on here almost an hour. Okay, another reason I realized I started to keep on the weight with the lack of sex when I was. Do that got anything to do with it? Hold on, that was a workout that helped me maintain my weight loss. Just saying, I didn't know.
Listen, it's baby. If the heart rate bumping, if the heart rate's bumping, that's cardio.
It's cardio.
It's cardio.
Hey, it's cardio.
It's cardio.
Okay, yeah, I think that was all the questions I had written down. We talked about the book, but you guys, for those that are coming in and those that are watching the replay, definitely check out Amber's channel. It's in the description box, and she is going to do a membership on and download some at-home training workouts for you. And she has something exciting for us coming next year in the beginning of the year. And definitely follow her on Instagram because she gives us information about working out and just life in general and the love of the Lord. So definitely follow her. She is a wealth. When I say a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of knowledge. Yes, we truly appreciate you. We truly appreciate you.
Always happy to help. I have a she said I have a love-hate relationship with the burn, but it's for my benefit. Yeah. And I'll leave y'all with this. I always tell my clients, you have to know the difference. Like I know when I was like working around my injuries, there's a difference between wait a minute, something don't feel right versus whoo, this is just burning because it's a little bit intense. If you are ever doing a movement and some don't feel right, you feel like something about to break, stop.
Okay.
Stop. But if it's just a little bit of lactic acid building up and it's burning because it's heavy, you'll be fine.
Okay. All right. All right, ladies. Son, are you still working out? I know you was doing the weights. Yes, catch her on. Yeah, she gave us a lot of good information, a lot of good information, and we appreciate her. So, you guys, we are about to end the live, and next month, our special guest is going to be someone to help us learn about fragrances, because y'all know we love to smell good.
Ooh.
And I don't know what all that stuff smell like. When I'm looking at the notes, I'll be like, what that smell like? So we're going to have someone on here to help us with that next month. Yeah. But before we leave, all my content creators, let me know what you got going on. You know how we do. So starting off with Amber, what you got going on content-wise this week?
Okay, so I missed my upload this past Sunday, but it'll be up this Sunday. What is it? It's a travel vlog. So stage glam, bodybuilding prep updates, something biblical because that's just in me. That's always in there. And now I'm gonna have to talk with Lori because she's my manager in my head. Now I need to get with you and because you gonna tell me. I need guidance. Disciple me, help me.
Yes, Mark. We give some things away, but then we also get compensated. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I know Sun goes live. Her next live will be Saturday at noon, 12:30 noon Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. Noel, I know you go live it's Sunday. Is it at 3? What time you go live, Noel? Oh, happy birthday. Happy early
Birthday.
birthday. Yeah, so Noelle goes live right before she goes to church at why are they showing? At 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Who else is in the room?
She is gorgeous.
Oh, you girl, you got
Wow.
that's our lawyer, honey. That's our legal expert. When I say
She's beautiful.
yes, when I say we have so much available resources in our community, she's our lawyer. She's a legit lawyer. So that sun says 9:30. And for me, you guys, I just uploaded a video talking about my struggles with trying to conceive while dealing with perimenopause. So that is up, and I'll be doing a Bath and Body Work haul. That's what's coming up as well. But that is it. So to all my new subscribers, I see you and I appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you know what you need to do. Hit that button so I can say you'll see it at the Grown Women's Table. And until the next video, until the next live. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Love you. Let me get the end. Happy birthday, Tanya. Oh, they're saying happy birthday to you. Oh, she said so sweet likewise. Oh, you missed it. You missed it, Marlo. We're gone.
Oh, Marlo.
All right. Bye, everybody. I'm finna end it.